You are transphobic and you are no longer an ally to the LGBTQ+ community if you buy this silly little wizard game. Screw a fun world of diverse and unique characters with all sorts of different backgrounds. I want a world like this.
Please return to your homes. A curfew is in effect.
A world where everyone is just like me and shares my exact same brain-dead takes. And if I can't have this robot shell of a world void of human opinions, then I'm blocking you on Twitter. And I'm quote tweeting you with #transphobe, #cancelled. Big creators like the Actman, Asmongold, PewDiePie even, XQC, if any of these guys play Hogwarts Legacy, they're getting cancelled. They're automatically transphobic. They are automatically supporting J.K. Rowling and her transphobic views, says the average brain-dead Twitter user tweeting from their iPhone, potentially made by children's slave labor. With Twitter also being owned by a transphobic person currently. And every time they see an ad pop up on Twitter, it is directly lining Elon's pockets. They must be in support of Elon's views, and in support of child slavery, am I right? I mean, at least based on their own logic and apparent facts. These Hogwarts Legacy boycotters are sounding as bad as some conspiracy theorists out there. Like, it's getting really bad actually. It's a small minority of people that are actually boycotting the game, but dang, they got some loud voices because they're just bullying. Okay, so time for some backstory on the whole Hogwarts Legacy boycott, which all revolves around J.K. Rowling. Or is it Rowling? J.K. Rowling? I don't actually know. Just looked it up, it's Rowling. Okay. Which, by the way, I didn't even know what J.K. Rowling looked like or who they were until just 2 years ago. Whenever I heard the name, all through my life, all through my childhood, I thought of this guy. But no, that's Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Who knew? Anyways, Rowling has said some things that make her against trans people. She also said multiple times that she still loves trans people. And anything she has said about the community has been said in a pretty polite way, unlike a lot of right-wingers that just completely poop on the LGBT community and say actual terrible things about them. So yeah, she's made some terrible takes, of course, and in no way would I ever begin to defend her views, but they come out in a way that's not complete hate, such as this quote, dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who will have you, live your best life in peace and security. But then it's followed up by her saying she supports like a certain woman who is anti-LGBT. So yeah, it's pretty bad at the end of the day. But like, come on, as a community, we need to target the actual bad people out there that are actually harming and spreading hate towards others. As far as I can see online, she hasn't been that rude or against trans people. She's actually said multiple times that she stands with the trans community and that she knows and loves transgender people. So I don't really know what to believe. I feel like the whole thing might just be like a huge misunderstanding in certain aspects. Not to say that her few tweets aren't harmful to the community, because yeah, they are. They're very hurtful. So those tweets are bad, but she says she stands with the community, but then she's befriending anti-LGBT people, so would that make her a bad person? I don't really know. That's not for me to decide, or at least not decide for you. Everyone should have their own opinions. But again, there are far worse people out there, and conspiracy theorists and crazy people that spread lies that are affecting the community than this lady who posted some tweets that people don't like and is friends with bad people. People also say she spends her money on anti-trans charities and donations, but you can Google all her charities that she's paid for and none of them are like that, and there's just no proof whatsoever that she's used money against trans people, so I don't really know what to believe again. All the proof that's online is just that she said a few mean words in tweets and then she's retweeted tweets from other terrible humans, but that's about it. However, people on Twitter believe that if you buy Hogwarts Legacy, your tiny bit of money that goes to Rowling will be used to kill a transgender person. Which, wow, is just so far out there. I can't even begin to figure out how they jumped to that conclusion in the first place. J.K. Rowling is also the first ever billionaire to lose her billionaire status because she's donated to too many charities. And good ones too, but a few tweets and opinions changed everything.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
I had a customer come into the movie theater the other day and say that they are homophobic. They said they didn't want to see a certain trailer on the big screen because people like me, homophobes, don't like it. That's literally what he said. He just called himself a homophobe right in front of me. I was shocked that he just like admitted it in front of me right there, and I kind of wanted to punch him in the face for his terrible view on the world, but no, I gotta be human and allow others to have opinions and just move on. My manager let him know that it's an all-inclusive environment here, and that was the end of it. You gotta move on with your day. No death threats, no harassment, nothing. Dude was like 70, so his bad takes aren't going to be in the world much longer anyways. That's kind of morbid, but kind of true. So just wanted to inject some of real world stuff here instead of just like Twitter takes. But back to the main point, now she gets death threats. People that are Harry Potter fans get death threats. It's not really fun for anyone. And she has openly cheered on and supported other people that are anti-trans, which is also a big problem. So yeah, she's done a lot of bad and a lot of good, but the bad mostly outweighs, to most people, mostly outweighs the good. So there you go, the backstory on this horrible human being who made mean tweets and cheers on others that are truly openly bad people. But again, my movie theater dilemma, just let people have their doggy doo-doo takes and move on with your day. Now, if they're actually giving thousands to some organization that will actively harm you and take away your rights, then that is completely different, and you can try to argue on Twitter and boycott them and do whatever you want. But like I said, there's no proof that she has ever donated to something that harms a group of people. But even if she hasn't or has, it's your life and your money, so of course you're allowed to boycott whenever you feel like it. Do what you want. The problem though comes in when you start telling others what to do or who they are. When you tell others that buy the game that they are automatically transphobic all of a sudden, or that they are killing trans people now, or that they are no longer an ally to the community. I know trans people that are buying the game and encourage others to buy it as well. What are these Twitter troglodytes gonna do? Call my trans friends transphobic? Are these transgender people that are gonna buy the game, gonna look in the mirror in the morning and be scared of themselves? Jump in fear because all of a sudden they're transphobic of themselves? No, obviously, that's not how it works. Plenty of LGBT people work at Chick-fil-A and eat it every single day. Are they now all of a sudden against the LGBT community because the owner actually donated to anti-LGBT orgs? No, obviously they're not. They just want chicken. If you lived life not buying anything where your money has the slightest potential to end up in the wrong hands, you'd have nothing. No name brand clothing, no phone, no car, no food. You'd have nothing because if you did buy those things, you could potentially be automatically against a certain community out there, or you could be in support of child slavery. At least in the eyes of these Twitter boycotters. The boycott just doesn't make sense in the slightest, and the people doing it are so idiotic that they don't even know what or why they are doing it and not doing it for other products. It's the most hypocritical thing I've seen in a very long time. I can name a random brand right now like Mott's applesauce, which I just bought. Very yummy, very tasty. I'm sure I can look it up right now and find some terrible thing that the owner of Mott's did. You can do that with really any product out there. So again, if you followed this boycott for every product in your life, you'd be left with nothing. So why just Hogwarts Legacy? Why is this one so massive? And why are all the other products in the world not being boycotted? Well, probably because Hogwarts Legacy is the #1 game currently being sold on PlayStation, Xbox, on Steam on PC, as well as on Amazon. It is massive and will have hundreds of thousands or millions, I don't actually even know how many players on day one, which is just crazy to think about. So yeah, are all these people transphobic, and do they all love J.K. Rowling and support her? Of course not. Anyone shaming or bullying others online for wanting to play this Harry Potter game needs to realize they aren't a special snowflake in this world. The world doesn't revolve around them, and they honestly need to get a better life. Oh, I'm not gonna be your friend anymore if you buy this game. Oh, any of my mutuals that purchase this game is getting an automatic block. These kinds of individuals don't deserve for you to be their friend. They want a robot friend that obeys their every orders and shares all their same opinions, and if you don't, they automatically defriend you and call you a bigot. Crazy times we live in, and honestly, as a huge leftist myself, I would think that I'd be on the other side of this, but I'm also not a robot that just riffs off of what others are saying and riding the bandwagon of hate and bullying. So yes, I will be playing Hogwarts Legacy, even though I find some of the trailers a bit off and the game looks kind of unfinished to me in some ways. Like I noticed clipping when they're riding the hippogriff and massive pop-in when they're riding around or just looking around the environment. And the game very well could be a major disappointment, but we will see. That's not what the video is about anyways. I just really wanted to make it clear that you do not need to ask a trans person for permission to play this game. You do not need to write a 10-paragraph essay on how bad you feel for wanting to play this game. Like I've seen these things on Twitter. People are apologizing, writing like, I'm sorry I pre-ordered it. Stuff like that. You do not need to do that. No apologies are needed if you buy it, and no one cares if you decide not to buy it. You shouldn't care if you get blocked for buying it, because at least that terrible human with terrible takes is gone from your Twitter feed. The devs and voice actors, by the way, are also receiving tons of hate and death threats. I've been tweeted at with things like the devs knew what they were getting themselves into when making this game, and more terrible takes like that. Hogwarts Legacy has come out since day one as saying they have no involvement with J.K. Rowling. They've even taken the measure to ensure that the game is inclusive. There are no genders. You can have whatever hair you want, whatever body, whatever voice you want. You can make a female appearing character and sleep in the male dorms if you want, or choose to not identify. So please do not hate on the devs for helping the community. They seem to really be the ones helping and changing the world of Harry Potter to make it more inclusive. Also, I just want to say Rowling is a billionaire. So much money you wouldn't even believe it. She makes millions a year with anything that involves the Harry Potter brand or Wizarding World brand. She probably makes most of her money from the Harry Potter land at Universal Studios, or anyone that goes in there and buys butterbeer. If you've drinking butterbeer, if you've rode the rides there, anyone that's rented movies or bought the books, anyone that owns any kind of Harry Potter merch, all those people must be horrible humans that are also transphobic because they gave her money, because that's how the world works. The purchases of the video game, by the way, we don't know how much she's going to receive from them, how much it's going to make. She could be receiving a 5% royalty on every purchase, a 15%, we just don't know. But what I do know is that whatever amount of money she makes from you buying the game, it will never cross her pockets in all the time that she's going to be alive. She will never see that money. It's as simple as that. She has way too much money, and whether it's $3 or $8 that she gets from you buying the game, she will never even come close to seeing that money. Here's a nice little demonstration of what $1 billion, just $1 billion, looks like, and how your $3 in her bank account, or however much it is, it could be literally less than that. This is how it will affect her bank. Also, rest in peace, Wreckful.
Let's donate $2 million to my good friend Vinruki, and he could, actually, let's donate fucking $4 million. He could probably live a swell life with $4 million. Here, I'm giving Vinruki $4 million, real quick. $4 million. I actually do not notice it's gone. I can never find it again. It's really difficult, you know, because it's just lines missing. I'm not going to count my lines. There's so many.
And lastly, I just want to say, now it's not just Hogwarts Legacy. The new game coming out, Atomic Heart, it's also getting a boycott movement against it. I don't think anyone's really buying into it, but people say that if you buy the game, you're committing genocide. You're supporting genocide. And it's mostly just, it's sad, really. It's mostly because the devs are Russian. So people are boycotting it because they're Russian. It just reminds me back of Modern Warfare 2 in 2009. If you play the no Russian mission and you ride up the elevator, shoot everyone in the terminal map, in the airplane terminal, if you do that, apparently you're a terrorist. Like, come on, it's a video game, and supporting Russian devs doesn't mean they're putting that money towards bombing Ukraine or whatever. They're just Russian. So don't hate people because they're buying a video game, and don't hate people because they're Russian. Just don't hate people. Now here's a clip from Simple at a CSGO tournament, which I just think we really need to listen to, because not all people of a certain race, not all Russians are bad.
I want you to know that esport is out of politics, and all players from different teams, and all of you have nothing to do with government decisions. My whole career I played with Ukrainian players, I played with Russian players, and I played with American players. And all of them great guys. And right now I stay with my friends, with my real friends. We win together and we lose together. And all of us want peace for Ukraine and for whole world. All of us scared. And all of us need to show example on this tournament for whole world. We need to stay together as a unit with our fans, with our friends, with everyone who's gonna watch this tournament. And we all need to stay humans first.
And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Hogwarts Legacy. It drops in just a few weeks. Don't let others define who you are. Don't let people bully you into being their friend. Don't let people bully you into submission. Support the actual trans and LGBT community and not the stupid Twitter bullies. Be yourself and be a nerd. It's okay. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
I need you to know me. So, back to it.